am so happy. Everyone who loves kaiju, Godzilla, Kong, we are eating so well. So the Godzilla Kong New Empire trailer 2 has dropped, and I'm going to be going through it and just analyzing everything. I was so excited when I watched this. Wonderful getting up in the morning and this is like the first thing you see. Anyway, let's start at the beginning of the trailer because there's so much happening here.
For centuries, there was harmony.
So the first thing we see is Kong with his infinity gauntlet and these camels running for dear life. Can you imagine just chilling out, having a date with your wife under the Egyptian pyramid thing, and this big ass furry hand just comes out from the ground?
For centuries, there was harmony. The Titans were the guardians of nature.
Godzilla is mad. I love how Godzilla makes it a point that when he's upset, he crashes through bridges on purpose. You know he's going out of his way to do it because he knows they're there and he can easily duck, but he just chooses not to.
Get out of my way, bitch!
So he's mad. Something has gotten him so angry, and this is reminiscent to the time when the humans were harboring parts of Ghidorah to make Mechagodzilla. I like how everyone has this notion that Godzilla cares about humanity, and I keep trying to humble them and remind them that he does not. This is a clear example of God's wrath. Godzilla, he does not discriminate. If he's having a bad day, everybody's dying. It doesn't matter. And we can see from this clip that he has his pink dorsals. Now, unless this is a completely different Godzilla, which I don't think it is, I think this is just power-up version Godzilla, Rosé Godzilla, whatever you want to call it, Ultra Godzilla. This probably takes place later on in the movie. This is probably after Godzilla wakes up from out of the ice. I don't know what the red energy symbolizes, but I know also that there's a red energy down on the Hollow Earth as well. We see that Godzilla has kind of adopted that red energy that Mechagodzilla had, and he possibly has done that because he lost so badly in this fight. Mechagodzilla sent Godzilla to see God. And since Godzilla was just losing so badly, to the point that 90% of what he saw in the fight was just motion blur, it makes sense that he's going to adopt a similar power strategy. That seems to be his whole MO. I could be completely wrong, but I think the symbolism aspect of it for this movie is that he means business, and there is something so horrible that requires him to power up even more. And with this new light show, he probably has some new skills as well that we have yet to see.
And the great apes became the protectors of humanity.
So we see Gia, who's still friends with a much older Kong. Why does he look like he's aged 20 years since the last movie? Bro, is he okay? Is it because of the fight of Godzilla? Look at him! My god! Godzilla slapped the lifespan off this guy. I feel so bad for him. I don't remember him looking like freaking Santa Claus in the last movie. It's only been like, what, 5 years? Damn, bro's looking rough. Stay away from meth. But then clearly Gia is also having some issues, and it's probably tied to her people, which we kind of see later on in the trailer. There's feathers falling everywhere like her jacket exploded. Maybe she has superpowers too, tied in with her culture. The way they edited that and the fact that she's saying that she feels like something is wrong with her, they're trying to allude in this trailer that she can probably see the future or feel that something is wrong. It's more than just vibrations. It's like this spiritual realm or vibe energy.
I like his vibe.
I like your vibe.
I like your vibe.
I like your vibe.
I like your vibe.
Digging your vibe.
I like your vibe.
All the pain in her face. Help me, I'm drowning in my power since this morning. Fucking give me an MRI. I like how the woman is just like, are you on drugs? That is her face. Unless she knows something that we don't know about Gia's family, she's probably known all along, and she's gonna reveal this big secret that, you know, I didn't tell you, but your people actually have these superpowers like Captain Marvel and Superman and DC and Marvel combined to make a baby, and now you're having it because you're hitting puberty. Oh shit, what are we gonna do? And it's gonna be a convenient plot point so that you can understand kaiju better and what's going to happen, so we don't need machines. So yay, I think. Oh, by the way, you're gonna have to go to the Hollow Earth to fully unlock your power, understand what's going on with you, just like Kong did.
We've discovered a signal.
I like how every movie it's a signal that people are discovering. It's like, oh shit, there's a signal, something's happening. It's Mothra. There's a signal, it's Ghidorah.
Do you suffer from a lack of a father figure? Do you have clinical depression?
There's a signal that Godzilla can sense. It's Mechagodzilla. It's always a signal because it's probably more realistic because it's how kaiju would speak. That's how you, I guess, pick them up. She looks so tired. She looks like how I feel right now. Gaunt.
She can feel it. Kong, Godzilla, they can feel it too.
Okay, so Godzilla still has his blue energy here, but it's like all over him. And there's this shadow that comes over Kong, and we don't know what this is. It could be another kaiju because we know that one of them fights a crab kaiju. We see a crab's hand fall off. Okay, hand, you know what I mean? Clasper? What are they called? Collapsicles? Shut up. We see Kong looking at this shadow, and they edit it in a way to make us think that it's Godzilla. First of all, it's not. He's standing in the water. Godzilla is not this much taller than he is. Unless it's the other kaiju that I talked about in the other video, which we'll get to soon. And this thing looks like it has long appendages. That's not Godzilla. That shadow does not fit Godzilla. But then we see Godzilla in the next shot. Godzilla looks all rizzed up and cut and jacked. You could see his abs in his chest, which I guess is something for the ladies, I guess. But this was before he got the pink light. But he has this power with similar to the nuclear pulse or pro-nuclear pulse phase in the Godzilla King of the Monsters movie when when Mothra gave her life so he could take the life of the thing that took everyone else's life. And he looks really mad. So is he fighting something? Maybe he loses another battle, which prompts him to go back into hibernation to achieve his final form, except it's not his final form because he'll never stop final forming. And we see him very angry and all lit up. And he's like, what is that freaking noise? Something else I have to deal with. I can't catch a mother freaking break, bro. And then in his blue jeans garbs, he goes into the ocean to possibly go find out what it is while he's all lit up and ready to explode.
Two. Something is coming. Something even they're afraid of.
Godzilla's afraid of something? Can you stop spreading that propaganda? Godzilla fears nothing, okay? Okay, maybe he does. But if you're gonna start there, there's no place else to go. Like, if you make him afraid of this, then the next thing has to be even more fearsome, which is hard to do.
You feel like going for a ride?
Thought you'd never ask.
Just try not to swallow your tongue.
Who is this person? Was he in the last movie? I don't remember him. He looks familiar. I've seen him somewhere, but I don't, whatever. It doesn't matter. Who cares about the humans, right? So then they all go in this mech thing, and they open up a portal to the Hollow Earth, I guess. It makes sense what we saw in Godzilla versus Kong because they had to follow Kong into the Hollow Earth. And then in the Monarch Legacy of Monsters show, they let us know that you cannot go into the Hollow Earth as a human being without a kaiju. One has to go in, it activates for them for some reason, but not for human beings. So they have to be able to open the portal. It triggers for them, but it doesn't trigger for humans, which raises a whole bunch of other questions.
Oh my god!
So again, as you can see, Kong is in front of them, leaping into the Hollow Earth. He's an expert at it now, and they're going right through. So they've done this a few times, obviously, because, I mean, it makes sense. They have a facility down there. And that's interesting. Watch this. We're seeing symbolism all over the place. As they are transitioning to the Hollow Earth, you see blue streaks of light and red streaks of light. Correct? And then in the logo, or the titling that they're doing for the marketing of this movie, we see red hues of light and blue hues of light. They've been doing this for a while now. In Monarch Legacy of Monsters, we see the same blue and red hues of light in the Hollow Earth, straight up beaming up there, like they're sending signals. This contrast is present throughout the entirety of the Hollow Earth sequences. Even the little lightning pieces of energy, you see purple, which is the blue and the red combined, and then they split off into blue and red strains. So it's clear by now that there's two types of energies, or at least two manifestations of them, and these energies are very powerful and deadly to humans. And apparently the Hollow Earth portals function as some sort of shimmer or something where the kaiju can just come through. So what is it that ties all these kaiju together with these energy sources that causes it to only open for them? Who knows? If a big ass buffalo or mutated gorilla tries to go through these portals, it won't work for them. So it's something, some energy that's coursing through all these kaiju that clearly ties them to whatever world they came from. I'm telling you, I did a really cringy theory some years ago when I was just making a bunch of Godzilla videos, and I feel like one of the theories is that these things are freaking aliens. Anyway, back to the trailer. Look at the Hollow Earth. I will never get over how beautiful it is. But also how uncanny. There's no sky. You just look up and it's more land up there. It's like having a carpet, but then looking up at your ceiling and there's carpet there as well. So I'm guessing people get UV light or vitamin D down there from the energy sources of light that are down there. Still, I would miss seeing the sky. So now we know for sure this baby Kong is part of the present. He is not a baby version of the villain of the story, Scar King. And I don't know if they're gonna make him the son of Kong or what's happening with that, but he's so adorable and they're gonna use him as merchandise.
Not just a signal. That's a call for war.
Oh my god. So are you telling, is that Kong? Wait, hold on. I can't tell. The brows are way heavier. This doesn't look like Kong. I mean, they all look, is this the past or the present? I don't know. It's so hard to tell. That looks like a whole ass on his face. That cannot be Kong. That has to be his father or something. Maybe it is. I don't know, because he looks old now, so it's hard to tell. But does he find his people? Does he go back with this little mini Kong and find out that his people were alive all along? Because that would be the next place they would go with it, because he's been looking for his people. They've been alluding to it since the first Kong movie. So I have no doubt that Kong is gonna find his people, and then the mini Kong, you can see him. He's like, come over here, bro. You're one of us. See? We exist. Look, there's a bunch of us over here. And this is supposed to be a real, like a reveal. I feel kind of two ways about this, because I feel like this is something that should have been a surprise for us, not something they leaked in the trailer. That would have been something wonderful for us to all discover alongside Kong, even though we all knew it was going to happen anyway. But now if this is Kong, this means that he's been speaking with them. We know those aren't his parents because, well, his parents are dead. And maybe he's the one who's going to have to lead these guys if they don't already have a leader. And he's probably wondering, why are they all calling for war? This is what I've been hearing, this noise. And they obviously look worried. Look at old person over there. She looks worried. He can't even enjoy finding his people if this is in fact the first time he's seen them, if this is Kong. Because now there's something that risks genociding them. And he's like, what can I do to help? And then we see a scene from this other creature. I think that was Kong, like I said, fighting the creature. Damn, this trailer is nice. I feel two ways about it. You can see he's holding the little hammer there, and he's like, ooh, I can fight this guy. I got it. He's using a freaking spine as a whip. How? What? Did he remake it or something? What creature has a spine like this, that in death, as a fossil, it is so nimble? I'm pretty sure that he modified it. You can see he tied something around it. He probably modified it. Ouch. Did you just rip off all his hair? Is that how Kong hurts his hand? But that's the other hand. I think this creature does something. I think Scar King does something to his hand. But then Kong realizes, because he's never fought anyone like him. And this guy has longer arms and is more nimble and is clearly a freaking ninja?
What is that?
The fact that Kong looks so terrified. So which villain are we dealing with here? Are we, because I talked about Shimo, this other creature that looks more like Godzilla. And this is a great shot right here, because Kong looks absolutely shit-faced. Like, his eyes, I've never seen them open so wide. You can almost see the white around the black parts. Oh, that is definitely Shimo. Those are little ice snow particles that Gia saw in her room. Those weren't feathers, they were ice particles. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So Shimo has a similar power to Godzilla, but I think it has to do more with freezing, and she's probably the thing that ended up freezing Ghidorah and probably freezed Godzilla too. We see him in a block of ice. We've seen the toys of this creature that looks a lot more hefty than Godzilla. This John is $75. God damn. Is that serious? Come on, bro. What in the world? Why are toys so expensive? I know there's some people collect them, but good lord. $80 for this? They better be life-sized. The devil is a lie. We see that this is Godzilla evolved. So that gives away, if anyone was unsure, including myself, that pink Godzilla was Godzilla. It is Godzilla because he's basically called Godzilla Evolved. And he now has a heat ray. And Shimo over here, she's spewing that ice stuff. I'm only guessing it's a she. And it says frostbite breath. So that clearly is ice. So this creature has the ability to freeze things. And the reason why Godzilla even had to probably evolve the heat ray to make his breath, his plasma stuff hotter, atomic breath hotter, is to fight this, because heat melts ice element, all that jazz. You know, when you have a Pokemon in your party that gets defeated because its element's weaker, you have to go back and put a whole bunch of one element just to beat that one creature. That's kind of what's happening here, and it's probably the reason why Godzilla is like this. He probably evolved like this, not because of the fight with Ghidorah, because he would have done that from the beginning, and we saw that he had the blue light in the beginning. Now he has the red, and he came out of a block of ice. I'll show you that in a minute for those of you who have missed it, but it makes sense, and this creature could probably bring about the apocalypse. Now, I don't know why this creature is in the same movie with Scar King, because it made it seem like Scar King was going to be like an ultimate villain, but now you have another villain, so I don't know why they're putting two villains in the movie. Feels like she should have been in her own movie, but I guess it will come together. We'll see that later. So in the original trailer, I just thought of this just now. You probably also have the contrast of the elemental lights as symbolism for Godzilla's heat ray and Shimo's ice ray breath thing. Fire and ice come together in war, right? That's probably what that entails. The symbolism is crazy. I love it. And so here we see some shots. Now that we know that Shimo's a thing, if you look back in this trailer, you see ice. Okay, this is probably a location. It could also be part of Gia's premonition of what will happen to the world should this monster get loose. I mean, Ghidorah was in a block of ice. They're probably going to reveal, just a theory, that Ghidorah, the monster that nobody else could beat, was beaten by this thing because he got frozen in place. Then we see Godzilla frozen in this block of ice. He had blue light. We see the blue light everywhere. And then you have this red light creeping up like it's seeping into him. Or he's drawing the energy from it. So this is probably post-battle with Shimo after he lost, which triggered him to adapt to his situation and take on a new part of the light, which is the heat ray energy, which is probably going to heat him up and cause him to break through this block of ice, which we see later in this trailer. Now he's super hot. And so when we see this power, it's clear that it's Shimo's power. You got this icy breath stuff, which is weird because if it is, regardless of it being icy breath or not, it's still being absorbed. But you can see ice crystals are forming around it as well, but it's still being absorbed by this axe, just like Godzilla's breath is. So it's probably this creature, a relative or some kind of subgroup of Godzilla. I just find this really interesting that this actually works. And you can see the snow and ice just flying off of it. Ooh, I don't know if you caught that. Look at Kong's arms. They're getting frozen because the axe is probably working, but it's not working that well. And then he gets frostbite on his arm, which probably injures his arm. He probably doesn't get his arm injured by Scar King's fight. He probably gets it injured because it's frozen to death and he loses feeling in it because the axe is not enough for this creature's power. Maybe Scar King is even fighting the Kongs because he wants to lead them and he thinks the humans are the problem because, you know, maybe they melted the creature. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why he has a thing against the humans. I don't know how he ties into Shimo. I guess we'll figure that out. I hope they don't spoil that in the TV spots. But this is very interesting as well.
Kong can't stop this on his own.
He won't be alone.
Because Godzilla is probably hotter now, runs a little hotter. He can run like freaking Usain Bolt now. I mean, he probably weighs way more than Kong, and Kong is struggling to keep up with him. Yeah. So maybe this is just the way way they edited the trailer, but it almost sounds as though this wave is being turned into ice. And then you see the next scene where there is something down there. Take a good look. You see the tail. Hold on, let's see if we can get a closer look. Look at that. That's a tail right there. That is an ice beam going all the way up to the sky. Crazy. But that is a leg right there. Leg. Tail. Mouth open, clearly, because it's spewing out that stuff. And as you go, you can see it moving. See the tail? And all around this creature, the surrounding area, which is probably not normal for this place, is ice. It's just freeze. Everywhere it goes, it freezes things. And it's probably also altering the weather from what it looks like. You see this big beam up here. It's spewing ice into the sky, triggering snow probably. But this is beautiful. Wow, what a scene. Gorgeous. This creature's badass, bro. Look at it. The fact that Ghidorah was stronger than Godzilla and able to beat him, and this is possibly who is responsible for beating Ghidorah the first time around. It's a problem. And it's crazy. I didn't notice this before. Even though that thing is all the way down there, look at the statue of the, Jesus? And there's people down there too. Oh my god. But the statue, I don't think it's supposed to have icicles hanging off of it. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like there's icicles hanging off of it, which means that this place is getting cold. I mean, this is higher up. Maybe the people don't notice that they're getting cold, but that'd be terrible if you see people just freezing in place. So here we see a scene of people in their beach wear. It's clear that this is a more tropical or hot place. And you can't see what is happening. I'm assuming it's Shimo or some other kaiju. But if you look into the distance, this could just be a trick of the lens. Oh, I'm so stuffy. I'm sorry. Look at this shimmering stuff. See the shimmering stuff on the buildings? Right here. Look, this blue shimmery stuff. And over here, blue shimmery stuff. Almost seems like ice. Right? So it's possible that Shimo has made her appearance here. And this would drive home how dangerous this creature is, because all these people are not clothed for the winter. Tits are out, ass cheeks are out. People are gonna get freaking batty ice. Like, imagine walking around with a frostbitten batty. That would be so painful. Your ass cheeks fall off, they turn black and fall off. Does that happen? That's terrible. And now you have no ass. It's just smooth. I don't even know why I went there. I told you all, this is how my mind works.
The last time those two met up,
So they look like they're in the Hollow Earth, probably. But there is, well, there goes Gia's people down there. And they have spears and stuff. So they're fighting something or watching Godzilla fight something, because there's this red light that's also shining or casting its light upon them. Could also be the energy from the Hollow Earth. We have no way of knowing. This guy looks terrified and looks like he wishes he had stayed home. And he just doesn't for some reason.
the last time those two met up, it was almost the end of Kong.
Does he sound like Samuel Jackson? So then we see Godzilla with his new ray, and Kong probably comes to him after he has the freaking gauntlet on when he's meeting up with Godzilla. So this is probably a result of him getting hurt from the encounter with Shimo. And he's like, I'm gonna have to talk to this dude, and he doesn't like me. But they had an agreement. But I think because Kong is up there on the surface, Godzilla's probably thinking to himself, now bitch, I know you are not up here right now when I specifically told you to stay in the Hollow Earth. Oh, you must be out your damn mind right now. You must be, the warning phase is over. And he's already super mad because he probably lost a battle already. So then Kong is like, I just need to talk to you for a second. And you have this weaponized looking thing on your arm. Godzilla's just seeing red, literally.
It was almost the end of Kong.
They don't have to like each other. They just have to work together.
Nigel Thornberry. We also see that Scar King is up on the surface as well, but he hates the humans. At least he's not like stepping on them. He's telling them to move. And then Kong is trying to fight Scar King. What is he doing here? Oh. Bro, what are you doing? Why is he holding the baby? Like, the baby's huge. I didn't even realize how huge he was. And Scar King is like, bitch, you freaking traitorous piece of shit kid. I'm gonna bite you and then stuff you up my ass. And the kid's like, help me! And Kong's probably now attached to mini Kongs. So he's like, let go of my friend. Boom. I can fight better now, except not really. Did he just punch him while the kid was still... Yo, the kid, he was still holding on to him. Like, you punched him. What if the kid went flying, which he did? I don't know why I find the scene so funny. Kid can probably take it. And then I like how they punch, like how he punches Scar King. Watch this be at the end of the movie. That'd be so annoying. So Scar King's probably just an obstacle and Shimo's the ultimate villain. And when he punches him, they transition the edit into a crab's hand falling off. I know it's not an actual hand. You know what I mean? Classical. Claspical. Stop. What is it called? Crab hand. Really? Claw? Okay, whatever. Sure, why not?
I have seen everything.
Ooh, he did the Shin Godzilla thing. If they see Godzilla lighting up like a Christmas tree and they know the last time this happened, what happened as a result, maybe stay away from him? Why would you go close to him? What is this, a B movie? So Gia reconnects with her people, of course, because there's things that's happening to her that other people can't explain. And now she's going to have to go to her people to unlock her full potential and power. And now she's going to have some kind of psychic ability that she already had, but it's going to be amped up times 9,000 now. And she's going to use it for a plot point to help people predict what's going to happen with the kaiju. I can already tell Little Kong is going to be comedic element, but is that Scar King? Doesn't look like him though. He's not red. It's this other random gorilla that he just threw a rock into its face. That's not very nice. Yeah, that's another creature. Is that one of Scar King's friends or something? Like, he threw that rock pretty hard at that guy. And it's like zero gravity at this juncture, so he has no way to even move. That's really mean, little shithead.
We've made some minor augmentations.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I was right. It does look like Kong got frostbite, because if you look very closely at his hand, zoom in so you can see the red on his thumb, and then as you continue through the trick of the light, you can kind of see the rawness of his fingers as well. A little bit of rawness here, here, and here. Could just be the light, but I feel like he got injured on his arm, and so they're probably trying to help him out, but help him heal as well. I could be wrong, though. What is he, the Predator? Whose spine is this? Bro is taking a freaking kaiju spine and severing buildings with it. That is crazy. Look at him looking like the Beast Titan. Oh my god. That is crazy. Like, how? Can you imagine being on the topmost floors and that happens to you and you see, like, can you imagine what the view is like right now? First of all, you're probably painted to the wall. You're pasted to the wall. Your clothes are gone because just the sheer force. You're probably flown out the window by now because of the force. But if you're lucky enough or unlucky enough to still be in the building at this, and something takes the spine of something else and grabs that part of the building before you even have a chance to understand what is happening, you see the building flying through space and time into the face of a giant gorilla. I wonder what your last thoughts would be as the giant gorilla then takes its Transformer Bumblebee Infinity Thanos gauntlet and smashes. Damn, this is so crazy. I love it. We're both roaring together. Why is there a butt plug looking stone on the ground? Is it some symbolism there? I have no idea. It's in between both of them, so I thought it was, but maybe it's not. Godzilla's not lit up anymore, so I guess he's not in threat mode, and he and Kong have agreed to work together, maybe? Or maybe this is after they're triumphing, but maybe not. Look how much taller Godzilla is. It almost looks like Kong would weigh more, but I feel like Godzilla weighs more. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm so stupid. This trailer looks so fun. I'm so glad that we're getting this movie. This movie looks so amazing. It's silly, it's action-packed, it's out there, we're getting more kaiju, and this is exactly what we wanted. Getting to know more about Kong's story and whatnot. Watch Scar King be a bitch. They're like showing him up for no reason, like, oh my god, I'm such a villain! And then they kill him almost like instantly, maybe the second time around. And then 80% of the rest of the movie is the other villain, which makes you wonder what was even the point of having him there. I hope they don't do one of those, because I can't see why they would have him, market him first as being a big villain, and then throw in Shimo for good measure. Like, here, Get an extra long movie, 2 movies for the price of 1 that should have been separated. So we get more content, you know? Because if they beat Shimo, what's next? Unless they're gonna pull an Avengers Infinity War and everyone dies, sort of, and then they have something later, which will make you want to watch the next movie. Could be something. Anyway, what do you guys think about this? Leave your theories of what you think's gonna happen. This was so fun. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Ultiori, You Ask